Sunday night movie review Bad Kid podcast with your host, DJ KEEMSTAR,
Hello.
and myself as ONLYUSEmeBLADE. So, Keem, what movies did we see this weekend?
We saw Red Dawn, and we saw Killing Softly.
Killing Me Softly, the Brad Pitt Mafia Hitman movie. What are your scores out of 10 for Red Dawn? 10
Red
being
Dawn,
the most epic, you will remember every line from the movie. 1 being, this is the worst movie ever.
This is going to surprise you, but I have to give Red Dawn a 7.
Okay. My personal opinion, I thought Red Dawn was horrible. It was so bad. Like, the only joy that I had from the movie was 2 things. When it ended, so I got to get up and leave. And 2, it was so bad that there were some qualities about it. Like, this is so bad, and I laughed at it. Like, it's not a comedy at all, but I laughed a couple times pretty hard. Like, I was crying. And you talk during movies. I'm not used to that.
I always talk during movies.
I mean, we don't have conversations, but you'll say things, and I was just like, at one point you threw popcorn at me.
No, I actually threw it at Scott, because Scott threw it at me first.
That is true.
Did you happen to tweet the new stream link?
No. Let me.
Are we gonna touch on what just happened, or are we gonna act like?
Nah. I don't think we should.
Okay.
I think. Nah. It's not a. So I say it's not a good look, you know. So what is the second movie that we saw?
The second movie that.
And also, can you send me? How do I share this stream? Just tell people to go to Bad Kid Podcast.
Sure.
All right.
Sure. We're streaming live at Bad Kid Podcast. I don't know.
Bam.
Or, I don't
There's
know.
not a link I can send people out?
I tweeted the link, so if you go to my Twitter, you can click on the thing, copy
Okay.
it,
Perfect.
I appreciated that the people that have been here tonight through the first stream and this stream, if you would take a mental note that we had to restart the stream and throw a like on the video or share it, that would be much appreciative. But here's the thing. Let's talk about the first movie a little bit more. Red Dawn, the reason why I liked Red Dawn so much is because it gave us a scenario that we all think about that will never, ever, ever happen. And this, basically in Red Dawn, what happens is the North Koreans and the Russians evade the United States, and like to the point where there's like guys like flying or jumping out of planes, like landing in the street. And it's actually based in Seattle, which I thought you would have liked that.
I actually did like it. There was they used an announcer or a camera guy or what is it, the news guy.
News guy
that they actually used over in Seattle, which I thought was pretty cool. Little touch of home. Doesn't the news seem weird? Like when you travel and you watch like the news, like now even when I watch the news here, it's like I don't know these reporters.
Yeah.
I don't know the weatherman, and it's like wherever you're from, you know the weatherman, you know the reporters and stuff like that. And they're normally pretty corny, but for the most part, you know who they are. Now here, it feels like I'm like, I don't know them yet. So
well, you don't watch the news.
I do. I think the news is some of the most
local news.
Yeah, I think the news is probably the most entertaining thing on television.
Yeah, I do too, but I watch like CNN and stuff. I watch like cable news that covers like world events. I don't know what's going on in Buffalo ever.
Yeah. What is it? What was I about to say? Do you know that some people actually use The Daily Show and the Colbert Report as their source of like political news?
Yeah, a lot of people do. A lot of younger people. Yeah, I know. But it's weird because sometimes they have a lot of jokes about the news.
Yeah.
They don't explain exactly what happened. So I feel like in order to get all the jokes from the Daily Report or whatever, you would have to watch the news too and know exactly what's going on.
So that's like a running commentary or whatever that's referencing as if you watched the news before. So
right.
that being your sole source, it wouldn't really work. Can I just say that what was that the movie called? The Brad Pitt movie. I liked it. I thought it was good.
It wasn't as good as it wasn't. I just for 2 seconds I have to say something. I would like to apologize to the fans for my outburst. So I'll leave it at that. But I would like to apologize to the fans of Bad Kid Show for my outburst.
Right on.
I'm a very impatient person. I did a whole commentary on my personal channel.
That was a good commentary too. I enjoyed it. It kind of had a Sunday chill commentary vibe to it too. So that actually got me going. Oh,
dude, somebody left a comment on it, and this is something I want to say on BKS. Someone left a comment, and they were like, "You kind of raw instinct only use me blade," and the reason why I'm making these type of commentaries now is because I started watching you a lot more.
I don't get the you raw instinct only use you blade.
I'm not copying you, but I seen a commentary that inspired me. You know, I have things in my mind where I'm playing this character online, DJ KEEMSTAR, and you're like 100% fucking real. So I want it to be real and talk about stuff that's, you know, on my mind.
Yeah, a glimpse into you.
And that's the thing. Like I'll see you trash talking people on Twitter here and there, which you wouldn't normally do. And you know, I think it speaks volumes that we in fact are a product of our environment.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe when we were younger we were a product of our environment, but I don't think that at our age that we necessarily rub off that much. I don't think we're still developing like that. I don't know.
I still see it. Like if you were to hang out with rich people every single day, like I'm talking filthy rich people, every single day. Mm-hmm. I bet you'd become rich. If you start hanging out with druggies every day, even at our age, I bet you start doing drugs.
I agree with the second part. As far as the first part, I don't think you'll just get infected with wealth by hanging out with rich people.
You do, because you see what they do. You learn. You adapt. You want to fit in, so you just do what they do. I mean, that's really a big secret that a lot of people don't know. Like, if you are hanging out with douchebags, you're going to be a douchebag. If you're hanging out with, you know, successful people, you're going to be successful. If you're hanging out with hippies, you're going to turn into a hippie, you know?
I agree with all that, but the hanging out with rich doesn't. I mean, it might give you some insight on how you could be financially well off, but I don't think it's going to make you rich. You know what I mean? It'll give you the tools to do that. But if you hang out with druggies and you decide to do drugs, it's easy. Just do the drugs, you know. So
I don't know. I disagree. And
that's what makes the show good. No, but all right, here's my issue with the Red Dawn, okay? There was no actor in that movie that I would feel comfortable like watching. You know what I mean? Like,
what about the Thor guy, the main character?
He was an asshole. There was no likable feature about the guy. And so like I even like leaned over and whispered to you during the movie. I was like, not once have I ever watched a movie where I wanted all the characters to die.
Wait a minute. Are you admitting to talking in the movie?
Whispering.
I didn't straight up talk in the movie.
Well, no, yeah, okay. You would insert things or whatever. It wasn't like you had full-fledged conversations or anything like that. So, but I mean, I never wanted every single character in the movie to die. The girls weren't hot. The Wolverine chant was so corny. Like,
dude, I love that. After he shot that dude, he's like, Wolverines! I thought that was awesome.
I don't know. Like, let's say you're watching a commentary from somebody, right? And you don't know that person. It's really awkward watching it. You know what I mean? I'd rather have, like, an actor that I know. Like, here's a good example. Leonardo DiCaprio, right?
Yeah.
If Leo, like I'm his buddy, if Leonardo DiCaprio puts out a movie, I know it's going to be good, especially since like it seems that he's reached that point where he only does good movies. Like,
Right.
He's not going to do a shit movie. Like every actor, when they first started off, they might have had to do some movies that didn't necessarily agree with their artistic merit or whatever. But for the most part now, if Leo's in a movie, I know it's good.
I got to give a shout out to Perze. He left a comment and he's like, "Yo, it's like 4:45 a.m. here in Scotland, and I'm up watching BKS." Whoop, whoop, whoop. So shout out to you. Thanks for tuning in.
Like you didn't feel comfortable like knowing those like 5 actors that we all know and love in the Killing Them Softly movie?
I mean, it was good that we knew those actors, but the movie Killing Softly is horrible.
It's not horrible though, man. Like I don't think it's horrible. I do feel like it was rushed near the end, and the pacing of it was very weird. The pacing
like they ran out of money. They ran out of money, so they just ended it like way before it should have ended.
Yeah. I don't know. It just felt like it didn't quite tell the story. I enjoyed it. Like I liked it, but at the same time, I wasn't invested in it enough for me to rewatch it and catch the little things. Like throughout the whole movie, they're not really playing music. They're playing stuff from Obama and stuff from Bush, like on TV.
It's set in the time of like 2008 when McCain and Obama are running for president. George Bush is still the president. So it's set in that time frame, and their mouths are going off in the background. And the thing about the movie, the whole concept of the movie is basically America is a business, and they drag you through this really long, not that exciting, boring movie to get to the end. It's like,
I mean, I thought there was some suspenseful parts. I thought there was parts where I felt like I need to fully pay attention to what's going on right now, like the robbery scenes, the when a hit is taking place, those scenes where I think they were like well done. I thought it was a little too violent, and I understand that they use that violence to paint a picture. But
have you ever been like hanging out with a group of friends, and this one dude's like, you start telling jokes or whatever. This one dude like takes up the airtime for like 30 minutes to tell a joke, and then gets to a punchline, and it's not even that funny.
And you're like, why are you wasting my time, dude? Like, stop.
Like, get to the punchline. What's going on? Like, that's what this movie was, Killing Softly. It was a long, dragged-out movie with a punchline at the end.
And you're saying the punchline wasn't really that good?
No, I want my money back.
Yeah.
I already knew America was a business.
I mean, if I had to choose, like if someone said, hey, I'm going to buy you the Blu-ray of that movie or this movie, I'd have to go with Kill 'Em Softly. I thought it was like, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that kind of scenery. And you know what I also liked is that they never quite told you where Kill 'Em Softly never told you where it took place. You know what I mean? Like where did it take place? Do you think it took place in like probably like an East Coast town, like a Boston,
like Jersey,
like Boston, Jersey, New York? But they never quite told you. They just set this scene of this story takes place, I'm assuming on the East Coast, and I'm assuming that it's in like rough Italian neighborhoods. So
this light is blinding me.
Bam. Why do you have lights on in your house? It's so depressing over there. Oh.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
But the Red Dot movie, I didn't enjoy it. I just thought that the acting was so bad, and I thought that the characters, I didn't care about any of them, and it seemed like. Well,
God, my mind is somewhere else right now.
No, I know. So, what's the next movie you want to see?
Cloud Atlantis was an amazing movie. It was really, really an amazing. I feel like this is boring. We should just talk about whatever. I don't want to talk about movies anymore.
You still playing Halo?
Yes, I'm playing Halo, and there was this cool thing. If you played Halo before November 20th,
okay.
Xbox Live sent you out this code, and you got to choose which specialization you can unlock first.
That's pretty cool.
So there's all these specializations, and you can choose which one you can unlock. And it's been revealed that your rank can go up to 130, which is way higher than previous thoughts.
Than you thought. Yeah, you know what though? It's funny though, because like I've been watching your commentaries that you do over Halo, and I don't like. I played Halo, and I played the first Halo, and I played you know, not Reach, but the Halo 4, and it's fun. But I don't know what a good gameplay is. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't like as I watch your video. I don't know if is that epic gameplay, is it the worst gameplay of all time. I don't know because I don't know the game. You know.
Well, okay, so you can in Call of Duty you can run around, and if you pull the trigger first, like you kill the guy, right?
Okay.
The difference in Halo is that you don't die right away unless you're using a sniper or something, right?
Yeah.
So while you're engaging in a fight, it takes such a long time that it's on radar, teammates know about it, and they come in and
collapse.
Yeah, and you don't really have time to rape like you can in Call of Duty. Now there is a playlist called SWAT in Halo, and in SWAT you have to get headshots.
My question is this: why don't people? You're saying that the snipers are like a one-hit killer or whatever?
If it's a headshot.
Oh, okay. What was it? Just 2 hits if it's like a body shot?
Just 2 hits if it's a body shot.
So why don't? I mean, I'm sorry for sounding like a noob here, but why don't people use the sniper rifle then?
People do use the sniper rifle, but you have to unlock it. You can't start with a sniper rifle.
Okay. It's not like you can pick it in your class.
But they're starting to like spawn sniper rifles. I'm noticing like when you start the match.
Okay.
So that's a cool thing. And there is a all sniper where everybody has a sniper playlist. So
the Call of Duty needs that. Honestly, like Call of Duty in Modern Warfare 3, they gave knifers basically a playlist. It's all or nothing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand why they can't do that for Call of Duty. Make a playlist that if people want to snipe, you know. Now there's 2 sides to this though, right? There's the whole point is that you feel that if you're using a sniper, you're at a disadvantage because if you come across a guy using an SMG or an assault rifle or a shotgun or whatever, they are going to have a definite advantage on you. So you have to be on your A game in order to compete with them. That's the premise. So there's knifing only and there's sniping. So they kind of fall into the same category. Why can't they have a playlist for the snipers? But the issue is that if you get clips, if you get gameplays or whatever, but it's in a sniper-only lobby, it might devalue it a little bit. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was just looking at a tweet. Woody said, one thing the new YouTube layout has shown me is just how often PKA is stolen. I must have issued over 15 strikes so far for people re-uploading my videos.
Why do people do that? I don't understand the whole re-upload thing. It's like
here's my thing about it, right? I don't care if you take my video and re-upload it because in my history, every channel has disappeared. So the only documented
so it's like an insurance thing.
The only documented proof of what I have done and what I've accomplished is videos that have been stolen from me.
That would be hilarious if you made a private channel and every video we did on BKS you just uploaded, right? And so, knock on wood that this won't happen, but let's say for whatever reason we lost BKS, right?
Yeah.
And then you had all the videos, bam, ready to go on a different channel and just.
We should make a secondary channel, and because I just feel like a storm could be coming.
But the thing is though, is that like since I made that move out to Seattle, and we've talked about this, it's like this is like a group effort thing, and you really haven't been the attacking jerk of the past.
I haven't attacked anybody's YouTube channel, or
yes.
have I called someone out? of course, our last video would call somebody out.
Yeah.
But that person deserved to be called out. He faked the video, right?
Okay.
But as far as like going to the next step and engaging in
actually attacking
videos and stuff like that.
I don't know. I've been getting tweets saying that you've grown on some people. You know what I mean? There's always going to be those people that won't give you a second chance.
It scares me when more people like me than dislike me. It really scares me.
Why does that scare you?
It's like it's perfect for me. It's been perfect for me since I started this, for half the people to hate me and half the people to like me. Or even if more people hate me, it's a better scenario. And the reason why that is because you always have a small group that will constantly support you and have your back. And then you'll also have half of these people that will be constantly butthurt, that will promote you 10 times more than than the good guys. And also, you're not a slave to your subscribers, all right? Yeah. YouTube freedom is huge to me, absolutely huge to me. Like, because I don't care if someone unsubscribes, I can do or say whatever I want. Because I don't care what anybody says about me or whatever. I'm not a slave. Like, some commentators out there, they'll get tons of hate for something they do, and they'll be like, well, I'm never doing that again. You know what I mean? Or I might have to apologize, or I might have to do this, or I might have to do that. And
I will say that what you're saying is true. There is a small sliver sometimes of, like, if you, like, let's say you put something up and it's not well received, we're not being a slave to the subs, but we also say, okay, well, people don't want to watch this. I get it, so let's do something else, right? Okay, good example. I played Max Payne. I was about 3 episodes into a Let's Play, and people weren't digging it, so I stopped it. What's wrong with that? I understand what you're saying, though.
Because it's your YouTube channel, and you should be able to do whatever you want.
I understand that, but, like...
If it's a little different in that scenario. You were like, I'm going to put up some Max Payne, and if they like it, I'm going to keep doing it. You were, like, kind of testing it out, right?
Yeah.
But there's, like, people that are like, okay, this didn't get any views, all right? So I have to play this indie game that scares me, and I'm going to have to act scary so I can maintain and keep everybody happy.
I hate those videos, the I'm fake scared videos.
Or there's like, okay, Happy Wheels is hot now, so I'm going to make a ton of Happy Wheels videos. And there's just, or somebody uploads Halo, right? Yeah. And the fans say, upload COD, upload COD, upload COD. And the commentator absolutely loves Halo. And he's like, all right, well, I'm not going to play Halo. I'm going to let...
I think that the audience can tell, though. Like, let's say I love Halo. This is all hypothetical. Let's say I loved Halo, but I hate Call of Duty, right? But I'm playing Call of Duty for the views. The viewers will be able to pick up on that, especially people that have been doing it for a long time because they feel like they know you. So if you're playing a game that you don't actually like, or you'd rather play something else, if you were to get Halo, like, let's say I was really into Halo, right? Yeah. And I put it in and I play, and there's like 3 or 4 commentaries that I put out where I'm super pumped about Halo. And I'm like, this game's fucking awesome, and I love it, and I want to play this all day long. Then eventually the viewers will be like, okay, he's actually into this, it makes for better commentaries. But just to have it as a backdrop and...
I have a prime example for what I'm talking about. All right. Okay. And this is, I'm not attacking this person, but like Wings has said multiple times that he doesn't want to play Call of Duty, but he can't leave and play a different game. Like, he's flat out said that. I can't do it because I won't get any views. That is an example of being a slave to your subscribers and not having freedom to do or say whatever you want.
But I mean, this is so this is an awesome job, okay?
Oh,
actually,
amazing!
It's an amazing job. You don't have any set schedule. You could do it from your home. You literally, if you have more fun with it, you will get more views. So it's like it's a really really awesome job. For Wings, he's made it his primary source of income. I'm not saying anything bad about it. It is my primary source of income. That's that's what I get. That's what I make. So I understand his position. I'm also like, there could be worse things out there. You know what I mean? There could be worse problems you could have. So
you could have no job at all.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough out there, man. Like,
you could like be just completely broke, not have money to pay for your bills, and not know what's going on. It's
And so like I always feel like I'm like lucky and blessed to do what I do. You know what I mean? I never want to look at. And, sometimes, like, okay, near the end of the Call of Duty cycle, I might be like, fuck, I'm really tired of this game. But it's like, if that's my problem in life, then I think I'm doing great. If that's my issue is I don't like the current game, then that's swell.
For the longest time, I have not partnered my personal channel, and I haven't had a partnered personal channel since 2010. And there's two reasons why. One, I have other sources of income. But two, what I noticed in what was happening in FAG is once we got partnered, we were like the 5th channel partnered on YouTube because we went under the Game Station when like that guy who camps and everyone else got partnered.
Yeah.
So we were like the 5th gaming channel to get partnered on YouTube. For those of you that don't know, maybe you're new to the scene, not until the middle of 2010 did gaming channels actually get partnership. Before then, no gaming channel was allowed to get partnered. The only way commentators made money is by submitting them to Machinima to be played on Respawn. So
you tiptoed around that. That was good. I was worried that you were gonna share too much or whatever, but that's what happened, and
Yeah. So anyhow, once we got partnered, we were like, oh my God, we don't have to do all this other stuff to make money. We can just upload videos, which what we're already doing. And the quality of the videos kind of took a dive. And I don't know.
I mean, it's a necessary evil, and it sucks because
And then the first YouTube check came in. We were like, wow, that's a lot of money, but it's split up 4 ways, and I make that in a day, so.
I mean, it's a good situation for a one person to do it, and if you. But I mean, I think there's a misconception though. I think that a lot of people think that
if you have 100,000 subscribers, you're making like 40 grand a month.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
That's the other thing that really, really bothers me. Have you ever seen smaller commentators complain about views and sub counts and why? Dude, that bothers me so much. All right, when you make those videos, small commentators, you're saying I'm only doing this for money.
I mean, people want to get recognized for their work. Like, if I put up a video and
but if
it doesn't go have sub boxes, then I'm just like, well, that sucks. Like, I wanted people to see this.
Dude, I uploaded videos that get like 300 views, and I'm just like, dude, I shared this with 300 people. I'm still like a noob when it comes to that. Like, I had 2 videos hit over 1 million views. All right, and like that was amazing. But I get just excited that 10 people get to see something. Yeah.
I mean, we the money's nice. Don't get me wrong. It's just that it would be, if you put work into a video and have people watch it, and what makes it really frustrating is like sometimes I'll put up a video that I might think is kind of funny, but there's no editing, there's nothing to it, and it ends up taking off.
Yeah.
And then I've had like deep, thought-provoking, like Sunday Chill commentaries because they got uploaded so late. A very small percentage of my viewers actually saw it,
Yeah.
So
I have yet to see the Sunday Chill.
The one I did before we went and saw the movie.
Yeah. I can't wait to see that one.
It was a good one. I'm happy that I'm kind of getting into a groove. I haven't been doing the Sunday Chills or whatever but I'm finally settled in and getting into kind of a schedule of what I need to do, and I don't know. I'm glad that I was able to do the Sunday, and I actually did the Sunday show commentary at a reasonable time. Most of the time, I do them super late. You know.
I know, dude. You used to upload them at like 4 o'clock, like Pacific time when you were in Seattle.
No, I never uploaded that late.
Yes, you did.
So you're saying you get a 7 a.m. Sunday show commentary?
Dude, they would come out so it was like
a 5 a.m. for you, right?
Yeah, so it would be like 1 in the morning your time.
And I know this sounds really silly, but like I always thought, because a lot of times they'll be late and I'll check YouTube and there'll be nothing. Like that's a dead time, right? Mm-hmm. That would be awesome if I was on the receiving end. If I was a viewer, it would be awesome to have a late night video.
Yeah.
If you
promoted a channel that way, like we upload these videos at 11 p.m. Standard Eastern Time.
Yeah.
You know? And schedules are so important. That's part of the reason why I had the outburst early. Schedules are so important. If you tell your fans that you're going to be live at a certain time or that you're going to do something at a certain time, it's way more well received. It's way more well received. There's way more people that show up. And I know this from doing live streams over on Blog TV, which we grew to the #1 most sub-blog TV channel, is that every single night at 10 p.m. I would do a live stream, and they knew it. It was instilled in their brain. And they would show up at 8 p.m., 2 hours early, and talk to their friends in the chat. And there would be 2,000 people an hour before the show started in the stream, you know what I mean? And that happened because every single night, 100% reliable, they knew there was going to be a show at 10 p.m. Yeah. And it's really difficult now that there's 3 people to stick to a schedule, to the point where I know that BadKidShow can't have a schedule for days. I know, because I'll lose my mind. I'll have a heart attack. I'll just fucking lose my mind. I'll lose my shit.
It's hard to coordinate it when you're doing like real life episodes. You know what I mean? There's a lot more work that goes into the real life episodes. You know,
yeah.
So.
And it's just there's a lot to it. It's not just press a button. You know.
Yeah.
You know, Scott takes a lot of time. Because he does a really great job editing, you know, and some things can't be rushed, you know, they just can't be rushed. So that's why we don't have a schedule, but I wish we could.
Okay, I got a question. Isn't it a common thing that you like isn't it rude to ask someone how much money they make?
Yeah, but over the years, it's been not as rude as it was before.
I don't know. Maybe it's just the way I was raised or whatever. But that just seems like that's not even a rude question. That's just a question like I wouldn't even think to ask somebody. And people ask me that all the time on YouTube and in like game lobbies. They say, "How much do you make?" And I'm just like, dude, I'm not trying to be an ass, but that's kind of a rude question. The reason why I'm saying this is I just had this thought. What if, for an episode of the BadKidShow, we mic me up, kind of like we did the prank when we went to the GameStop or whatever, and I just go up to random people and ask them how much they make. Just like random people on the street, just be like, "Hey, what's up? How you doing? My name's Brian. How much do you make at your job?"
Yeah. They're going to think you're trying to sell them something. Like, that's the opening line, and you're going to come at them with, like, "I got an amazing get-rich scheme for you."
Yeah. I've been brainstorming, like, possible ideas for what we can do for, like, real-life stuff. Like, we could always come on the Google Hangout, and I do think that the Google Hangout and the live comm stuff and us just shoot the shit works. We get into some epic conversations. Sometimes we get into epic battles. But I'm always thinking about what we can do for live stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because people like seeing that. People enjoy seeing us out in the real world doing regular things because they're so used to us personalities. Because I guess we're gamers or whatever. We're always at home, and that's all they see. You know. So.
I just want to say this. I'm getting blasted on Twitter that I'm trying to hide the fact of an incident that happened earlier. I didn't want to remove that video. That wasn't my call, and I didn't remove the video. Someone else did. So I just want to put that out there, just to clear the air on that.
I mean, what basically happened is there was a disagreement a behind the scenes thing that should have stayed behind the scenes between Scott.
Scott technically didn't know that we were live. It would have been a behind the scenes.
Scott did not know that we were live. We thought we were just like into the pre-hangout stage. And even though there might be some of you that find it like entertaining and whatever, that's still back scene stuff that this shouldn't be on YouTube. You know what I mean?
I have a completely different feeling about the matter. I feel like me and Scott argue a lot, and there's a lot of disagreements. And sometimes me and you argue. You know what I mean? We're all human, and I feel like we're trying to do a reality show, so why shouldn't we show everyone everything? And you know, you guys don't agree with me on that, and that's fine.
Well, I just think that there's a little bit of production value for the show, and so when you know, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, if they wouldn't in the middle of a scene, if the camera guy and the caterer got into it, you would turn the camera on them during the show, right?
No, but we're not doing fake skit like stuff. You know, I don't know.
I just think that's back scene stuff that I don't think should be aired out. I understand what you're saying, that
like 35 people copied that video and spammed it all over, and they're spamming it in the chat right now. So, you know, there's no reason to hide who we are, you know, or what we say or what we do. That's my personal opinion. Yeah. I don't want to elaborate on it too much because I promised we wouldn't talk about this, but
right on.
I just think what reality is should be presented. I don't know.
Can we go back to the casino?
Yeah, dude. But you lost. You lost.
Okay, first off, anytime you go in a casino, like let's say I go in like with $100, if I win, I win. If I lose $100, it's like, oh well, that's $100 gone. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna make that move where I keep on going to the ATM and keep on just trying to chase that dragon. You know. But also, we went to the casino at like 11 a.m. and I flew in from Seattle on the red eye. So when I got in, I'd been up all night, and then we decided to do the Niagara Falls stuff, and you know, literally hit the ground running. And like as soon as I got off the plane, we started filming and do that kind of stuff, and that was cool. You know, I was like, okay, that's the reason why I'm here in Buffalo. That's awesome. When I was playing the blackjack, though, I was like, my head hurt, and I was tired, and I was making not the best decisions. So, peer pressure.
We walk into the casino, and I'm like, you know what? I know this isn't smart, and the odds aren't in my favor, but I like playing slot machines. And Blade's like, you're crazy. That's horrible. So before we get to the blackjack table, I put $20 in, and I'm just like, max bet, bam, 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 $20 is gone. Yeah. And Scott's like, oh my god, I can't believe you did that. And Blade's like, yeah, that's stupid. It's just eating your money. Yeah. So Blade goes over to the blackjack table. All right.
I'm there for a while. Like I'm there for a while, and I put
$20 into this machine. Bam, I win 150. I bring that down to $100. And bam, I won like $650.
Yeah.
So I come over with a ticket. I got $650 on the ticket that I started with $20, right? But we were waiting for a buffet to open at 11, and it was like 10:30. So I have 30 minutes. I'm like, dude, I want to leave now because I know I'm gonna lose money. And you know, sure enough, you know, I lost a couple $100 out of that $650, and I walked out with a $300 profit, but.
I mean, it's always good to walk out with a profit. I like this. I've never played this blackjack thing though before. It's blackjack, but you have to play two hands, and you could switch the top cards that you get from both your hands. So like two shitty hands could possibly be two great hands, depending. Yeah. I don't know. I like it.
Somebody asked, why didn't you film in the casino? And
you can't film in a casino.
You can't film in a casino. Like it's against like their.
And to all the viewers, I'm sorry for making this your stupid face when that happened. I didn't mean to, but this is kind of common knowledge.
You can't film in a casino. Like that's just like casino 101.
Yeah.
Also, the craziest thing that happened. Well, one of the craziest things that happened is we're leaving, right? I have $400 in my wallet, right? Yeah. And we pass this, so I would have left with like $400 profit, but we passed this what is it called? A $5 machine, right? And I'm like, so every time you hit it, right, and you have to do max bet, because if you do max bet, the fucking progressive jackpot is $1 million, right, on this $5 machine.
Yeah.
So you have a chance to win $1 million.
And
right?
also, everyone that doesn't know this, like, you always play the max bet, because, like, if you were to hit, like, some major jackpot and you're betting the minimum, you're not going to make that much money. So
yeah,
go big or go home, you know?
So I walk past the slot machine. I'm like, wow, look at a $5, a $1 million jackpot, and da-da-da.
Yeah.
And Blade's, like, in my ear, like, play it. I'm like, no, dude, I'm leaving. He's like, it's $1 million. So as we're walking out,
Scott was like, "No, let's go. Like, let's get out of here."
Yeah.
And I was playing the bad angel.
Scott lost $20, and he was like, "No, this is the devil."
Yeah. No, but I just figured just give it a go.
So he's in my ear, give it a go. So I go. Look, I'm gonna look at my phone, and if the time is an even number, then I'll play it, right?
Yeah.
Well, I fucking turn on my phone and it's fucking 12:00. And I'm like if that's like the most smallest like fucking even number there is, right?
Yep.
So I'm like, oh shit, I gotta play. So you go back, right? And you have to do max bet. It's a $5 machine. So a max bet is $10 per bet. So I put $100 in, and I just crank it 10 times. Nothing. It's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. $100 gone.
Yeah, literally, and of course, and you know the funny thing though, as we were leaving, I looked at my phone. It said 12:01. So you literally spent $100 in 1 minute.
And if you look at it for a metaphor, if it's a even number, then I'll play, and it was an odd number, and I lost.
Whatever. I don't know. I kind of stay away from the casino, but like it interests me, and I don't like I know how to play well. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Yeah.
You know what I used to do when I used to bounce? There was a casino across the street from where I used to bounce at. So at the drinking gets cut off at 2. I was working all night. I literally would go over after my shift ended at like 2:30, go over to the casino where they had the poker rooms. And I used to play people in the poker rooms, and some of those dudes were hammered. Like they would all be drunk as shit. You know what I mean? Because I'm working Friday, Saturday night. So like when I get done, you know, people are out drinking, partying, and then like there's this weird crowd of people that go out and they think they're gonna have a great time, and then like they never quite make those after the bar plans, and they're just kind of hanging out, not knowing what the hell's going on. So when you do that at a casino, you end up going into the poker rooms, and I used to just mop up.
Yeah. How much money did you walk out with?
I'd normally buy in for $100 and leave with like $300-400.
What's the most money you've ever won gambling?
I won, I think $6,000 one time.
What?
Yeah.
Where? We're doing what? What?
This is at the Caribbean casino. What was it? Whatever the casino is in Seattle. I went in there and I basically was playing blackjack, and I got on a roll, and they were paying me so many, like I had so many chips that they started paying me in hundreds, and I was on such a streak that I started playing $100 a hand and like playing like 2 hands at a time, and it was a pretty awesome feeling. It was a rush, and then once I had all these chips, we counted it out, and I had like $6,000, like 6,500. So I basically cashed out $6,000 of it and played with 500 and ended up losing the 500. But yeah, it was pretty cool. It's a rush, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, were you freaking out? That's insane.
Well, it was one of those moments, and I think everyone has this in their life, when you are Neo from the Matrix and everything is slowed down and you're like this and you can't do any wrong. Like that feeling happens in Call of Duty when you get into those lobbies and you shit on everybody. And that rush feeling that you get from gambling, a lot of gamblers are constantly chasing that feeling.
Yeah.
Of when like you're a fucking all-star And like when you're playing like blackjack, like normally you bet something in blackjack, you can only get that bet back. Or if you bet $10, the most you're gonna get back is 15 because that's just how blackjack is, But in blackjack, you have the opportunity to start splitting and doubling down multiple sets of cards. Yeah. And so you will get in a situation where you might be playing 3 hands, right? You're like, okay, I'm the shoe's good, let me play 3 hands. Yeah. And then the dealer has like an up card of 6. So you're like, okay, dealer's probably gonna bust. You start splitting hands, and then the card that comes next is the same card, so you split that as well. And then the next card, like I've had 3 threes before, and the card that would come next would be an 8, so that's 11. Double down on that, and you just basically just keep on doing that. And so that initial bet of maybe $5, now you have like $150 on the table, and it's all dependent on what the dealer's going to do. And when the dealer busts, I'm just like, fuck, say that bit. It's awesome. It's an awesome feeling, But also at the same time, like anybody if you've had that feeling, you've had a couple feelings of what the fuck, like.
You know what I always wanted to do? I always want to like walk into a casino and.
Are you talking about just throw down like $1,000 on red?
Yes. Yes.
Fuck that. That's too.
Yes.
No.
I've always wanted to do that.
I just like the idea, and I know it's not right, but the idea that I have an outcome on the game, and if I'm smarter, if I play it smart, I could possibly win money. I know that's not the case. It's set up not to, but that's what I like to do. I don't like playing these chance games, and especially the ones like the slots, because that's just the slot could come up with anything.
I like the slots because you're on a nickel machine or whatever, and then all of a sudden you hit like the bonus, and then like all this crazy stuff happens, and you fucking win like a couple $100. So it's just insane.
Yeah. I mean, I cashed out at David Buster's and swore I wouldn't go back.
Streaming.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi.
What are you doing?
I need these batteries. I don't want.
Why do you get rechargeable batteries, bro?
They're not rechargeable. They're just stored there.
I understand that, but like, why don't you get like the charger and a bunch of batteries, and then you won't ever have to buy batteries again?
Yeah. No. Oh, you're asking me why I don't get rechargeable batteries?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You should, dude. Like,
You know what I've been looking into? Solar panels have went down so much in price after Obama invested a bunch of money and like flooded the market in America, and China has to compete, so they've flooded the market over there. So solar panels are super cheap now. I've looked into switching everything into solar and like making my whole roof like solar panels. I just don't know if that works in Buffalo with all the snow.
Is it windy out here?
Does it get windy out here?
Yeah.
Chicago's known as the windy city, but Buffalo is more windy than Chicago. So yeah.
Okay. Can I tell you what I know this one dude did? He went out, bought some property out in like the middle near a highway or whatever, and invested his life savings into windmills, right?
Oh yeah.
And got it operational so that the windmills stores energy, and he would actually sell the energy to the power companies.
Did he make out?
No, he basically ended up moving like 10 of his best friends, families, out to this area. It's like a completely self-sufficient thing. The money made from the windmills like funds everything and then some, and they just live out there retired. It's awesome.
Windmills just came into the area like south of here. There's like windmills everywhere. And what the company does is they put a windmill on your property and they pay you like $1,000 a year to have it there.
Yeah. I mean, but think about that, bro. Think about how awesome it would be if you were to go to your go to your family, go to Melissa's family, me, fucking John, Scott, close friends, and be like, guys, let's fucking move out here. And you're on this area. It's kind of like, have you ever seen the movie The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of that same kind of concept where they're completely self-sufficient. They got like a grocery store that they use. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the wind and the money produced from that pays for everything. Just pays for everything.
That's a pretty good idea. A lot of people are saying get Wings on the show. Did Wings say he wanted to be on the show or something? It's like the 5th time I've seen that.
Let me check the tweets.
Wow, this dude is a bitch. There's some guy that's making Keem is gay Twitter accounts. And, okay, so I don't block anybody on Twitter. If you talk a bunch of smack, I don't care. I don't block you. The only thing I do block is spam. Because if you send me fucking like 100 tweets, which this guy's doing, I can't read what anyone else is saying. So for that, I have to block you, you know? So this dude made a KEEMSTAR is gay account, and then he sent me like fucking at least 100 tweets in a row where I can't read my timeline.
Yeah.
So I blocked him. Then he's got KEEMSTAR is gay 1, fucking blocked him. KEEMSTAR is gay 2, and I just blocked KEEMSTAR is gay 4. Waiting for tweets from KEEMSTAR is gay 5. Actually, never mind. I was gonna say you guys should go make Twitter accounts. Keem is gay like 10, but it doesn't matter because you can customize your Twitter to say whatever. So
yeah,
it wouldn't really stop him. That wouldn't work. I'm done with the stream.
I thought it was a nice, chill session.
Yeah, it was very therapeutic.
You've never had those gambling rushes before?
I have. I went into a casino on a date, and it was a first date, and the girl was never at a casino before.
Oh, okay.
There's a little casino. It's like not in a reservation or anything, but it's like in the middle of town, south of here, in Hamburg, New York, and it's ran by New York State.
Oh, okay.
So the odds are better than all the other casinos because it's set odds to win are 33%. And
is your mouth dry from the popcorn?
Oh, it's fucking... Look at this water that I've drank. I got 2 of them.
Dude. Like, I don't understand in a movie theater why they think that you need a metric ton of popcorn for a large.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there watching the movie, eating popcorn, and my lips and my mouth are so fucking raw right now. First world problems.
But anyhow, so I go on the date. I go on the date with this chick, right? And I'm like, it's payday. I got a couple $1,000s in my wallet, right? Cash, because the longest time I never had a bank account. I would just like have cash and fucking safes at my parents and stuff like that. So anyhow, I fucking have a couple $1,000s in my pocket. So I walk in. I'm like, look, I'm just gonna blow $100 real quick on this dollar machine, right? Mm-hmm. Well, the fucking thing, I win some jackpot. It goes up to $2,000, right? And this girl is looking at me like I'm a fucking god, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's just have fun. I'm acting like it's not a big deal. I'm like trying to...
like acting like this shit happens all the time.
Like, yeah, you know, $2,000. I have a couple grand in my pocket anyways, whatever. And she's like, can I play? I'm like, sure. So I just throw a couple $100 to her.
Yeah. All
right, and she's over there playing, and she loses. And all of a sudden, the mood just changed. I'm like, this bitch, I just spent like $300 on this bitch. Like, time out
though, and this is not a good thing, but when you go into a casino, the reason why they have you play with chips, and the reason why you will drive a mile to save $5, but when you're in the casino, you don't care.
Yeah, money is like...
Because you feel like they're giving it away. That's how you feel. Obviously, that's stupid, and I get it. But to all the young people out there that haven't been to a casino yet, that's just kind of how it is.
The worst thing about the casino is when you win money and then you lose some of it in the casino, and then you leave. You actually get away from the casino, and you're outside the casino, and you're like, I just blew a couple $100. I could have bought something worth a couple $100.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy when you leave that atmosphere and then you go into the real world and you're like, what?
But you know what though? You know what it really is. This you don't really deal with this because I know you play slots a lot of times, but like that the bust out the closing time when it's like the bust out when it's like, okay, I'm betting my last chip. Here you go, and you lose. It's always this awkward. Okay, how a loser by get up from the table kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then also the worst part of it is like, well, let's say the waitress comes by and asks you if you want something to drink, and you order something to drink, and then like you end up losing, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna go to the ATM and like I don't do that. Like I see people sometimes hit up the ATM like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, that's horrible. You know?
No, golden rule when you go to the casino: figure out how much you're going to lose, because the chances of you losing are higher than you winning.
Yeah.
All right. So when you go to the casino, when you take that $100 out, all right, make sure you've already committed to spend that $100 and to lose it and to walk out without it.
Well, that's what you saw me do. Like I went in with 100, and then like once it dwindled down, I think I had like 20 or $40 or whatever. I played in the slots afterwards, but like once it dwindled down,
it was cool though because you know when you go with a group of people, like I won, so I bought food for everyone. You know what I mean? I paid for the buffet. You know, it's cool when you go to a group because whoever. But have you ever? Oh my God, this is so. I hate this. Have you ever been out with a couple people at the casino? Right? Everybody loses. One dude wins a couple $100, and then he'll come to a meal and he won't pay her. Or you know what I mean?
That's just bad for business. I mean,
have you ever? I've ran into that twice, and I was just like, what? Like,
I've had friends that will not disclose what they won at the casino.
Because they lost?
No, because they won, and they didn't want to let us know that that they were up.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Actually, one time, okay, so like, one time I was broke. I was just dead fucking broke. Like,
it's so funny. Okay, I gotta talk about this.
Go ahead.
There's like 10 different people have uploaded the video from earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're competing in the fucking comments right now. No, it's on my channel. No, go look at it on my channel. Like, I don't know. I just think that's funny.
That is kind of funny. I'm talking like there was a situation where I was like dead broke. My paycheck wasn't coming in for like another week, and it got to the point where I was eating the shittiest food in my house because it's dwindling down. You know what I mean? So I'm starting to eat macaroni and shit like that. And it's just like, fuck, this is, I'm cashing out change. It's not a good time, whatever. I'll get paid and then I'll be back to normal, right? And so I'm doing laundry and I hear this click, 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 click. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I open up my pants, and in my pants there was 2 $100 chips.
I've done that before. Well, not chips, but
no. What do you mean not without chips?
Like I have been like had no money whatsoever and put on an article of clothing and found $100 in there. Like,
yeah, it's awesome. It's an amazing feeling. Have you ever washed your pants or whatever and you had and money was in there?
Yeah.
I hate that, like drying out bills. You feel like you're gonna like rip it, like you're dealing with like a surgeon.
Dude, for like the longest time, I never had a wallet. I just had a clip.
Yeah.
Put my money, my fucking ID, and that's it. You know what I mean? And dude, I don't know how many times my fucking shit went through the washer. I'm like, fuck this. I need.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. Thank you for checking out the show tonight, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. And if you hit the like button or hit the share button on these streams, it helps BKS grow, and we love you for that.
Thanks, guys.